Hello and welcome to my GCSE Mathematics AQA Foundation Tier Paper 3 June 2023 walkthrough. Let's get straight into it. So question 1, solve 5x equals 15. So all we need to do here is we need to divide both sides by 5 so that we have x on its own, and that will just be x equals 3. Part B. Solve y plus 7 equals 50. So all we need to do here is subtract 7 off of both sides to leave y on its own, and we get y equals 43. Part C. Solve c over 4 equals 8. All we have to do here is times both sides by 4 to get c on its own, and we get c equals 32. And question 2. Here is a list of numbers. Write down the mode. So the mode is the most common occurring number, and you can see all of these numbers only occur once, apart from 4, which occurs twice, so the answer is 4. Work out the median is part B, so we'll need to list all the numbers in numerical order first, and then we'll have to work out the middle occurring number. So we have 2, 4, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers, which means it's going to fall between the 4th and the 5th number. Therefore, between 8 and 10, our answer is 9. And part C, work out the range. That will just be the biggest number subtract the smallest number, which is simply going to be 15 subtract 12. 15 subtract 2, sorry. 15 minus 2 is just 13. Question number 3. A fair spinner with 5 sections is spun. Complete these statements. The spinner is most likely to land on section. It will be whatever section is the biggest, so section D. The spinner is equally likely to land on sections, and it will be the two sections that have the same size, which is going to be A and E. Question 3b. Two different spinners are spun. One spinner has sections labelled with colours. The other spinner has sections labelled with numbers. Here is a list of all the possible outcomes. Show the possible sections on the two spinners. Well, it never states that the spinners are fair, and it doesn't give us probabilities of any of the outcomes. So all we need to do is, for the colour one, we know it's only going to be red, blue, or green, and for the number one, it's only going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going to split this as evenly as I can. And we're going to say red, blue, and green. And for the number one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all you need to do. Question number 4. A reel holds 9.5 meters of ribbon. 2 pieces of ribbon are cut from the reel. Each piece is 20 centimeters long. What length of ribbon is left on the reel? State the units of your answer. So I'm going to write 9.5 meters is the same as 950 centimeters. 950 centimeters minus 20 centimeters minus 20 centimeters for the two lengths that have been cut, which is 910 centimeters. It doesn't state if it wants it in meters or centimeters, so I'm going to leave it in centimeters. Question number 5. The term-to-term rule for a sequence is subtract 1, then multiply by 5. The first term is 4. Work out the third term. So we know that 4 minus 1 multiplied by 5. The key word here is then, which is why I've put the 4 minus 1 in brackets, equals the second term, which is going to be 3 times 5, which is going to be 15. And then 15 minus 1 multiplied by 5 equals the third term, which is going to be 14 multiplied by 5, which you can do on your calculator, which comes out as 70. And that is our answer. Part B. The term-to-term rule for a different sequence is add 20, then divide by 2. The second term is 50. Work out the first term. So, x being the first term, add 20 in brackets, and then divide by 2 equals 50. And I will put where x is the first term. Therefore, x plus 20, if we multiply both sides by 2, is 100. Therefore, x equals 80. So the first term equals 80. Question 6. Scarlett leaves home at 10 o'clock to cycle to the supermarket. Here is part of a distance time graph of her trip to the supermarket. She arrives at the supermarket at 10:20. How far is the supermarket from her home? So 10:20 is here. We'll follow the graph up to the top, which is here, and we'll follow it along to here. It's between 6 and 8. It's going to be 7 kilometers from her home. Part B. She leaves the supermarket at 10:35. How long does she stay at the supermarket? Well, if she arrived at 10:20 and she left at 10:35, then she would have stayed 15 minutes. Part C. Scarlett cycles home at a constant speed using the same route. It takes her 3 minutes longer than her journey to the supermarket. Complete the distance time graph. So it took her 20 minutes to get there, which means it's going to take her 23 minutes to get home. So I'm just going to write here 23 mins to get home, as that will be 3 minutes longer than the time it took her to get there. So 10:35 she leaves, which means 23 minutes after that would be 10:58. Each of these squares is 1, so 10:55, 56, 57, 10:58. That will be the end point. And then in the exam, you would get your ruler. I don't have a ruler because I'm doing this on an iPad, but you would do a straight line like that. Straight to 10:58. Question number 7. This week, Liam works 25 hours at £10.20 per hour and extra hours at the weekend at £11.80 per hour. Here are the extra hours he works at the weekend. In total, how much is he paid this week? So we're going to start by saying 25 times £10.20 is his normal hours, which I'll do on my calculator. £255 normal hours. And then his extra hours are going to be 10 a.m. to 7 a.m., which is 3 hours, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., which is 2 hours. So, and 5 extra at £11.80. Therefore, 5 times £11.80, which I'll do on my calculator, is £59. So, the total is going to be 255 plus 59, which again I'll do on my calculator, is £314. 314. Question number 8. 3 oranges have masses of 60, 70, and 85 grams. Show that their total mass is between 1/5 and 1/4 of a kilogram. So, 60 grams plus 70 grams plus 85 grams is just going to be 215 grams. 1/5 of a kilogram is going to be 200 grams. 1/4 of a kilogram is 250 grams. 215 grams is between 200 and 250 grams, so between 1/4 and 1/5 of a kilogram. And that's all we need. Question 9. For each statement, tick the correct box. One of the 3 angles of a triangle is 90 degrees. Only in a right-angled triangle, so sometimes true. One of the three angles of a triangle is obtuse. Can happen, that'll be between 90 and 180 degrees. One of the three angles of a triangle is reflex. Never true, because the angles in a triangle add up to 180, and a reflex is an angle that is over 180 degrees. Question 10. Simplify fully p squared times p. That will simply just be 3 lots of your p cubed, rb. Simplify fully, 3a plus 5c minus a plus 6c. So we'll put the a's together, so it's going to be 3a minus a plus 5c plus 6c. So 3a minus a is 2a, 5c plus 6c is 11c, and that is our answer. Question number 11. Two angles around a point are shown. The angles are in the ratio 2 to 7. Show that the larger angle is 280 degrees. So I'll start by saying angles around a point add to 360 degrees. Ratio 2 to 7, so 2 over 9 of 360 degrees is small angle, and 7 over 9 of 360 degrees is the large angle. 7 over 9 times 360 degrees, you can do that on your calculator. It's 360 times 7 divided by 9 is 280 degrees, as required. Question 12. C is greater than 4, D is less than 4, C minus D equals 6. Work out a possible pair of values for C and D. So let's just do the easiest possible one here. So C is greater than 4, so let C equal 5. Therefore, 5 minus D equals 6. Therefore, D equals minus 1. And minus 1 is less than 4. So, works. So we're going to go for C equals 5 and D equals minus 1. There's no stipulation that it needs to be a positive number. So we are done, but there are many different options for this. C could be 6, D could be 0, C could be 7, D could be 1, all the way up to D being 3, because it can't be greater than 3. Part B. W is greater than 1 and less than 2. X is greater than 0 and less than 1. Work out a possible pair of values for W and X. So W is between 1 and 2, so let's say W is 1.7. Say equals W. Therefore, 1.7 plus X equals 2.6. Therefore, X would be 0.9. And 0.9 is between 0 and 1. So that will be our answer. Again, many different options here, but that one works. Question 13. Here are straight lines. Are lines AB and CD parallel? Tick a box. Right, well, for them to be parallel, the angle here must equal the angle here. So I will call this X and this Y, and I will say for lines to be parallel, angle X equals angle Y. Angle X equals 180 minus 95 due to angles on a straight line adding up to 180, which gives us 85 degrees. Angle Y equals 180 minus 105 for the same reason, and that's 75. As angles not equal, lines not parallel, and making sure I tick the no box. Question number 14. Match the algebra to the correct description. One has been done for you. So 5d plus 7e is an expression. 5a equals 20 has an equal sign in it, making it an equation. 4b is greater than 20, has a greater sign in it, so it's going to be an inequality. And 2c plus c is always equal to 3c is going to be an identity that is always true. And we're done. Question 15. Corn is sold in bags. 8 small bags have a total mass of 496 grams. 5 small bags and 2 large bags have a total mass of 638 grams. Work out the mass of a large bag. So, 8 small equals 496 grams. Therefore, 1 small equals 496 over 8, which I'll do on my calculator, 62 grams. 5 small plus 2 large equals 638. Therefore, 5 times 62 plus 2 large equals 638. Again, do that on my calculator. 5 times 62 is 310. Plus 2 large equals 638. Therefore, 2 large equals 638 minus 310, which I'll do on my calculator again. 638 minus 310, 328. Therefore, 1 large equals 328 divided by 2, which is 164 grams. Question 16. The rectangle and the triangle have the same area. Work out the length of the rectangle. So, they've very craftily cut the triangle into 2 right-angled triangles for us. So, area of right-angled triangle equals height times width over 2. So we know each of these right-angled triangles is 6 centimeters width because we've split that down the middle. So we're going to say 6 times 16 over 2 multiplied by 2 as 2 right-angled triangles. So 6 times 16, which gives us 96 for the area of the triangle. So area of rectangle equals 7.5 times length, which equals 96. Therefore, length equals 96 divided by 7.5. Do that on my calculator. 96 divided 7.5 gives us 12.8 centimeters. Just pop that in there. Question 17. Match the name to the correct sequence. One has been done for you. Quadratic sequence has been done down there. So linear sequence is going to be a sequence where it's increasing by the same amount each time. So this first one here is going up by 1 and then 4 and then 5, so we know it's not that one. This one's going up by 4 and then 4 and then 4 and then 4, so it is that one, but I'll check the other one as well. This one's going up by 3 and then 2 and then 4, so linear sequence will be this one here. Fibonacci type sequence is going to be one where the numbers coming before it add up to the next number. So 4 plus 5 gives you 9. 9 plus 5 gives you 14. 9 plus 14 gives you 23. So this here is a Fibonacci type sequence. Question 18. The number of hedgehogs in England is expected to reduce by 4% each year. Assume there are now 1 million hedgehogs in England. Work out the expected number of hedgehogs in England after 5 years. You must show your working. So, we start with 1 million and we're going to reduce by 4% each year. Therefore, what we're going to do is 1 million times by 100 minus 4%. So that is the equivalent of 1 million multiplied by 0.96. So I'll do that on my calculator. And we're going to get 960,000 after 1 year. And then all you need to do is multiply by 0.96 again for 2 years, 0.96 again for 3 years, 0.96 again for 4 years, and 0.96 again for 5 years. So I'm going to say 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. And we're going to do this on my calculator. So 960,000 times 0.96 times 0.96 times 0.96 times 0.96. And we come out with 815,372.7. So we're going to round down here for 815,372 hedgehogs. So you can't have 0.7 of a hedgehog. Question number 19. Here is cuboid A. Cuboid B is made from 2 of cuboid A. Volume of A compared to volume of B is 1:2 ratio. Matthew says surface area of A is surface area of B must be 1:2 because B is made of 2A. Is he correct? No. Give a reason for your answer. So it's because of this middle bit here. So when they were 2 separate boxes, the bottom one had a roof and the top one had a base, and now they're combined into one. So what we're going to say is 2 faces are hidden because boxes are stacked. So 2 faces of the individual surface areas do not contribute to total surface area, so not 1:2 ratio. On we go. Question number 20. Complete the table of values for y equals x squared plus 2x. So for -2, that's going to be -2 squared is just 4. 2x is going to be -4, so 4 minus 4 is 0. And for 1 squared is 1. 2 lots of 1 is 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Part B. Draw the graph of y equals x squared plus 2x for values of -3 to 1. So it's all the numbers that we've just done on our table up here. So -3 on the x-axis and 3 on the y-axis is just here. -2 on the x-axis and 0 on the y is here. -1 is here. 0, 0, and 3, 1. 1, 3, sorry. So we just need to make sure this crosses the axis on the 2 points that we have it down there. So we're going to draw a nice curved graph like that. That's us done. Question number 21. Jing has £2,450. She saves some and gives the rest to her 4 brothers. Money saved compared to money given to brothers is the ratio 2:5. She gives each of her 4 brothers the same amount. Does each brother receive more than £430? You must show your workings. So, £2,450 total. 2 out of 7 saved. 5 out of 7 given to brothers because of the ratio 2:5. To work out the fraction, you just need to add the 2 numbers together that are in the ratio and put them on the bottom of the denominator of the fraction. So, therefore, 5 out of 7 times 2,450 equals total given to brothers. Do that on my calculator. 2,450 times 5 divided by 7 is 1,750. Each gets the same amount. So that will be 1,750 divided by 4 on my calculator is £437.50. Therefore, each brother gets over £430. So yes, just in case yes gets you an extra mark. Question 22. The pie chart shows information about people at a fair during 3 days. There were 132 more people on Friday than on Thursday. Work out the number of people on Saturday. So, what we need to do here is work out how many people the angles corresponds to. So, first thing I'll do is 360 degrees minus 80 degrees minus 25 degrees equals Saturday. I'll call it Saturday degrees. So I'll do that on my calculator. 360 minus 80 minus 25 is 255. So we know that there are 132 more people on Friday than on Thursday. So 80 degrees minus 25 degrees is going to be 55 degrees. And 55 degrees corresponds to 132 people. As we know, the gap between the 2 days is 132 people. So if we do 255 divided by 55, that is going to be the equivalent to X people on Saturday divided by 132. And we'll just scroll down. Therefore, 132 multiplied by 255 over 55 equals X people. And we'll do it all in one go. So 132 times 255 divided by 55 is 612 people on Saturday. That's our answer. Question number 23. Use trigonometry to work out the value of x. So we have an angle up here of 58 degrees, meaning x is the opposite angle. We already have a hypotenuse here and an adjacent here. So since we have the opposite and we have the adjacent, we are going to use tangent. So I will say since O and A use tan, therefore what we need to do is tan 58 is going to be opposite over adjacent, so x over 46 centimeters. Therefore, x equals 46 tan 58, and we will do that on our calculator, 46 tan 58, and we get 73.6. Let's write that here as well, 73.6. Question 24. Millie is estimating the value of 1 over the cube root of 8.34 squared times 10.21. She rounds each decimal number to one significant figure. Work out Millie's estimate. You must show your working. So, one significant figure, one sig fig, therefore 1 divided by the cube root of 8 squared times 10. Which is 1 over, and the cube root of 8 is just 2, because 2 cubed is 8. So 2 squared times 10, 1 over 4 times 10, 1 over 40. And that's our answer. Part B. Millie says, my estimate must be more than the exact value. Without working out the exact value, give a reason how she could know this. So it's because the 8 and the 10 were both rounded down, and they are both on the bottom of the fraction. So if you're dividing by a smaller number, you're going to get a bigger answer. So I'm going to say both 8 and 10 rounded down. And since they are on denominator, our answer will be bigger as we are dividing by smaller numbers. (25) Factorize x squared plus 8x plus 15. So we need to put this in the format of x plus a multiplied by x plus b, where ab equals 15 and ax plus bx equals 8x. And what two numbers multiply together to get 15? You could have 1 and 15, you could have 5 and 3, but 1 and 15 do not add up to get 8, so our answers are going to be 5 and 3. So we're just going to write x plus 5 and x plus 3 as our answers. And part B, write down the two solutions of y plus 2, y minus 4 equals 0. That's going to be minus 2 and 4, because all that means is the total of this bracket could be 0, or the total of this bracket could be 0. So you need to do y plus 2 equals 0, which would mean y equals minus 2, and y minus 4 equals 0, which means y equals 4. And that's the last question. As always, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. And leave any questions or comments you've got down below. I'll catch you next time.